So, welcome back. I'm Kel. This is the Valuable Void podcast, whereby I will just document my ideas unscripted and reflect on what I've been doing, what I've learned, people I've met, experiences that I've come across. And I am a little bit rusty. Been about more than 2 weeks since I last spoke into the camera. A big reason why I took a break from this, and also I took a 1 week break. I took a 1 week break from writing my newsletter is because I was traveling and I was busy with schoolwork. And in between of those work and traveling, I do have leisure time that instead of using it for work, with limited willpower, I did not push myself to write newsletters, to do any higher cognitive tasks. And this is where I have to practice self-compassion, because it is not easy to want to build your way. I guess like David Goggins, just 24/7, just keep pushing yourself, even though it is possible. There is research that shows that people that think that willpower is unlimited, it's not a limited resource, they tend to do better under stressful or when they are in periods of distress. They tend to be able to practice self-control. They tend to be able to practice discipline better. Of course, this varies from people, person to person. And placebo does play a huge role. Our brain caters to our beliefs. What we think, our brain will kind of like accommodate. So if you think that you are weak, you will be actually, like in actuality, weak. If you think that you're strong, your will is very, very, it's like unlimited. You can just keep using it. You can do whatever you want. You have agency over every single moment of your life. You're able to choose. You're able to consciously choose what you need to do. Then you will be able to have more of that, more of what you think you have. This is a concept that I try to grasp, and it's not easy, but it is very interesting, like insightful even, to know this fact, because currently I am a student. Even though I'm taking a part-time degree, I'm basically a full-time student because I have 7 modules and there's 7 deadlines, or maybe like 5 because 2 is back-to-back, but 5 deadlines. They have to organize different core structures, different assignment details, different topics, and it is a full-time thing to organize them, and therefore I wanted to dedicate all my attention and energy into doing well in them. That's why I have not been putting content as the number one priority, but of course I have told myself to make up with quality instead of quantity. I think I've passed that stage during national service, whereby I have to consistently put out videos. I have to push myself to make videos, whatever that I'm thinking about, just keep making them. But recently I think that this is the right way of making content. Just go out, live my life, be the best version that I can be, try to improve, try to reflect, try to fail and learn, trial and error, and reflect and introspect and process the information, implement new strategies, correct the wrong actions, so that I can just be that a little bit better. And when I am recording or when I'm writing, you'll be in a form of reporting and teaching instead of just rambling. There is use case for rambling, because sometimes all this rambling does connect with some of you, like in the sense that you're able to relate to it. But it's not clear, it takes a lot of effort to listen to. And if it's not in the form of like a teaching, the tonality will be different, and you won't be able to be primed to taking this information as easily. Because like now, when as I'm like explaining to you all these concepts or whatever that I'm thinking about, that there are already quite a bit of time passed before these ideas, these things start pouring out of my mouth. I probably need a script or like talking points, but sometimes I just want to do it in a more unscripted way, because it helps a lot when I'm able to just speak like you're just a person in front of me. It's the level of authenticity that I think some of you, not everyone, will appreciate. And the reason why you should listen to me, just talk to this point, I think one big reason is, oh, my camera is gonna. One big reason is that I am improving a lot. I am constantly thinking about what I need to think about. I'm constantly trying to improve. I am very conscious, very aware. And when I'm fucking up, I try my best to find out why I'm fucking up and what is causing me to fuck up. How do I solve it? And this process of introspection sometimes will develop insights. Sometimes it will lead me to the next step of learning, of getting new information and implementing them, developing skills that recently I learned about metacognitive strategies, metacognitive skills. These are thinking about how to think, reflecting on how you are learning so that you can make learning better, make it more suitable to you, make it more engaging so that it doesn't just, you don't just learn like how you are taught to learn since young. You think about what are your strengths, what ways helps with, what are the ways that will help you retain the information and force you to implement and add meaning to them so that you are able to recall them faster and learn how to apply them fast and effectively. I think these are the metacognitive strategies that everyone should think about. And I learned this from school, which, surprise, surprise, uni is not all waste of money and time. It's about what you want out of it. I think recently my friend asked me about what I gained from uni. Because I was in that camp because I was convinced by YouTubers that either fuck up in college or university, or they just didn't go all together and they found some level of success. And their level of success, most of the time, is not the kind of life that even I want. It seems good. It seems like they have nice cars, they have big businesses, they sleep around, they look cool, people respect them. But it's just very temporary, very impermanent. And I do not want that. Like all the Hamzas, the Imam Ghazis, they teach a lot of good things, things that I've implemented that help me to get access to what I have today, the resources, the status. The motivation that got me to work on myself. The reminders, the way they frame things, the information that they have synthesized and put into digestible format, the emotions, the way they package information. But ultimately, I do not think that everything they say makes sense. They are still gurus. The way they make money essentially is to teach people how to make money. Or like the way they make, the content they make is to teach people how to make content or ask people to make content. And I'm not saying that that is a bad thing. Okay, my camera has died. So I'll try to wrap this up with audio only. But I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Okay? It's just that it's not the kind of life I want, and not everyone will benefit from this kind of content. And sometimes people do take away the bad things, and if they don't step out of it, they'll regret living a life that is not theirs. You're not all about escaping the matrix, but they just enter another matrix because it just seems cooler. It just seems like the right one. I think in order to live a life without regret, you do have to practice mindfulness and you do have to journal. It's the way of thinking, the way of critical evaluation of your decisions, your life directions, and the people around you, and just knowing more about you, the self-awareness that will determine how you move forward in life and what kind of life you will lead. Therefore, I am now in the school of, literally in the school, but I'm in the school of, with the school of people that believe that as long as you have the right attitude and you know what you want, when you enter something, you make a decision. Even though people might think that it's dumb, even though there will be mixed opinions on things, you won't just listen to any one of them. You will mix them around. You will find the benefit or the pros of everything and find a way to combine them, get the best of all worlds, and eventually become you, the unique, the special you that your mom has been saying about you since young. My son's special. I don't think it's just my mom. Yeah, but I think this is a message that
School is not the worst thing in the world, provided that you choose it and you know what you want to gain out of it. And the reason you choose it matters too. But if you have chosen it and the reason was wrong, it's still better than you not making that decision. And sometimes not going uni is also a decision that you haven't made. Somebody else made it for you, and you take it as your own because it sounds nice, it sounds convincing. You haven't processed it through your own frame, you haven't journaled extensively about it. If journaling is your way, you haven't debated people about it. And while debating them, don't just try to say what you think is right, but you try to understand where they are coming from and try to reflect it, like seriously internalize the way you win an argument, or the way, before you should even argue with someone, you need to be able to argue from their point of view better than they are in order to really win. And sometimes along this journey of learning about what they are thinking, their perspectives, their opinions, you get a unique third perspective, and sometimes this is the win-win. This is the one that will benefit everyone. You learn something, they learn something. But this take cognitive effort, and it's not easy. I don't know what to title for this episode. Okay, half of it don't even have a video of my very, very beautiful, pretty, sexy face. Okay, I'm kidding here. You can't see my face, but I'm making a very ironic, no, I'm not making any face, but yeah, I don't know what a title. I will edit this and think of a title. And if you have enjoyed, as always, leave a like, comment what you think about the topics mentioned, what you have taken away, what action step that you plan to take based on this video. Because don't waste your time. If you're listening, watching for this long already, you probably have one or two ideas. Capture it down before it slips away. Because recently I just learned that our senses or our perception of things, they are stored as sensory memories, and they can be huge capacities, but they don't last very long. Sometimes you forget within like a few seconds. I believe it's about 7 seconds on average. So if you have an idea within 7 seconds, try to capture it in some way or the other, or store into your short-term memory, then eventually encode it into a long-term memory. This is something I learned in psychology, which is very interesting, is to add meaning to it. Think of examples, pause everything and think about it, write it down, because when you write it down, you process it, you see it, you have multiple stimuli, which enhances the memory and let it store into longer term memory. It's a deep processing. So if you have this idea, if you have an action step, if you know that you have to like journal, or you have to, I don't know, like go talk to someone, or go reflect on what you need to do, or just go and meditate for 10 minutes in silence. It's difficult, I know. I'm recording this because I don't want to. I told myself to meditate for 10 minutes, but the 10 minutes seems so long. I want to rely on my thinking mind to avoid that, the demons when I stay silent. But meditating is when everything is being processed. When you're focusing on your breath, when you're focusing on counting your breath, or different ways of meditation, you allow your mind to just relax, to enter the more, I forgot it's lower or higher frequency state, whereby you're just able to process and connect information that your conscious mind wouldn't be able to, because everything is just way too complex. Yeah, go and write down, go and journal, go and meditate, go and sleep. Sleeping helps too, sleeping or zoning out with no stimuli. Don't listen to music, just zone out. Literally, like sometimes when you're on a train, when you're in a car and you're bored, but you're not like, you don't have any like entertainment on, you just zone out. That is when you're processing this, when you're thinking this, when information starts to link with one another in your brain. Do that. And this is the end of it all. Okay, not end of it all, end of this episode. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.